Welcome back to Carl Travels. Today, we're going to talk about the cost of living in Australia and what you need to be able to survive for a week or a month, or just in general. Maybe you live here, maybe you're thinking of moving here, or maybe you're thinking of coming here on a holiday. Let's go through some of the expenses and what you're going to expect and what you're going to need. The biggest expense of all is accommodation. Whether you're renting or buying, first let's talk about renting. Buying, to be honest, unless you're a millionaire, you're probably out of the market or about to get a giant mortgage. If you want to live alone, I would say the minimum price starting for a studio apartment would be anywhere from $350 to $450, and that would be for something super tiny and basic, almost like a shoebox. Just to give you a couple of examples here, I'm going to show you some rental properties. Now we are going to set the filter to the max price, $500 per week. For the whole of the Sunshine Coast, minimum bedrooms I will leave empty. I will leave all this empty. The maximum is 500, which will show me all the bare minimums. Let's have a look what we have available and how much is available to us. Alright, so we are showing 61 properties. Now, coming in, $430 per week for a 1-bedroom unit. Alright, now let's change this from lowest to highest. Now, I have looked at this in the past, and they are actually now advertising share houses on this website. Okay, so here we go, $175 per week. As you can see, it's a 4-bedroom house. You click on that, it is a share house. That looks like a hostel or a prison. All right, here, Nambour. What do we got here? 1 room is available now. Room for women over 55 only. Okay, great. So another share house only for women. Student dorm. So Sippy Downs is where all the students live. You have to be a student to live there. Okay, what have we got here? A place in Maroochydore for $265. I don't believe you. Let's have a look at this. Available is 1 bedroom within this 2-bedroom unit. Yes, you'll be sharing this tenant with another. Okay, another share house. Great. When are we actually getting to our own places? $310 per week. Share house with 4 other housemates. Okay, great. Let's go back. Next. Now, once again, just looking at the pictures, another share house. Yes, that's right. 1 room, $350 per week. We still haven't got it. This is a joke. This is absolutely a joke. All right, I'm gonna 1 bedroom within, 2-bedroom house. So we actually haven't seen a proper rental yet. Here we go, $400 per week. Is this going to be another? All right, there we go. Our first actual place, $400 per week for this tiny little studio where you've got your bed, your kitchen, and your bathroom. Let's chuck in Melbourne City. Filters, we're going to leave the max price at, $500 a week. Search. Okay, now at least we've got a few more properties. And let's sort it by the lowest first. These are car parks. Yeah, great, car parks. So half of these things that they're actually showing you, car parks. All right, here we go. $330 per week. Hey, look, at least it's not a share house. Something, not exactly modern. Okay, coming in at the second biggest expense is food. And if you were to say go to the supermarket, cook all your own foods, and be pretty frugal about it, it depends what you want to eat, because some people like to get more expensive products than others. But if you want to cheap it, I would say you're going to be at least spending $200 per week on food and that's if you're cooking at home.
So I've just been to Woolworths and I bought my dinner. I bought 8 items today. I got some Brussels sprouts, some asparagus, some yogurt, duck, bacon, garlic, and just some hair styling fabric. And that was $45.
If you're going out, the average meal cost about between $20 to $40 at a restaurant, and that's not including a drink. Price of a drink will be between $8 for your cheapest beer, up to $15 or even $17 I've seen. Or if you want a cocktail on special, maybe $18 all the way up to $28. So it's pretty expensive to drink in Australia. I would say wine is about the same price of beer as well. You're looking about the $10 to $13 mark per glass of wine. So with the cost of rent, let's just say $450, and this is if you want to live alone. Then with the cost of food, let's just say $200, and that's not going out. Then when you add on, say, the phone bill, I think on average most people would pay about $40 a month. So you'd be paying about $10 a week for your phone bill. So with the food and the accommodation, $650, another 10, that's $660. If you want electricity, water, and gas, all right, then add on another $50 per week. Let's keep it like fairly low. So that on top of the phone bill is bringing us up into the $710 mark. Now on top of that, maybe you have public transport. So whether you're getting a weekly ticket, although we don't do weekly or monthly tickets in Australia, we just tap on and tap off, and you will spend up to $10.50 per day, I think it is capped at. So on average, or maybe you drive, but I would say on average people spend about $50 a week in public transport. Or if you get an Uber, it can be anywhere between $20 to $100 depending on how far you live and where you're going. Now also, when you want to add in things like insurance or healthcare or dental or any of those other little things, car insurance, home insurance, let's just add on, say, another $20 a week for those costs. We're getting into about the $800 a week mark, and that's not including a single alcoholic beverage, a pack of cigarettes, any entertainment, a concert, a gig. So you're going to have to earning over $800 a week if you want to live alone, just to meet the bare minimum of your living standards. Now I know it sounds pretty crazy, and this is why I brought up this other video, why I'm leaving Australia or why I might choose to live somewhere else, because this country is becoming really expensive. And say I want to go out for a meal or a drink with friends, that can easily spend up to $100 to $300 in a night, one night. So unless you're earning over, I would say $70,000 to $80,000 a year minimum, you are going to be struggling to get by. These days they say you need a 6-figure salary basically just to live, to be able to save any money. Sadly, it's a sick-sad world. What can we do about it? I guess this also brings me into another topic. Has these issues for you made you leave the country, go somewhere else? Where did you go and how did you find this way of living? Because there are alternatives. There is Southeast Asia, there is Eastern Europe, there are other parts of even mainland Europe that are a lot cheaper. And I know some of us don't have visas or passports. There are always ways around different issues, and you can work online and do all these kind of things these days. So, has Australia become too expensive to live? And how are we going to fix this issue? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll keep on getting into the nitty-gritty of the cost of other places. So recently, I'd also just spent a few months traveling around Southeast Asia and last year traveling around Eastern Europe. And I must say, I was shocked to find out how cheap some of these countries actually were. Some of them in Eastern Europe, cheaper than places I'd been to Southeast Asia, while getting still that style of Western living without so much the different culture shock in maybe living in a different country. Anyway, thanks for listening. What are your thoughts on this issue? And how can we change it? And what do you think is going to happen? What holds the future for us?